Hey, want to do a little rig rundown here with my pedal board in its current state. So right now my main guitar is this 85 Super Strat with upgraded pickups, and they have coil splits on both of the humbuckers. So all sorts of fun combos. Then I've got this little Vox Night train that I put a low gain tube in the preamp that really helps open up the headroom, and I run it into the 65 amps 112 cab. My pedal board here, always work in progress, but come into my pre-drive here, and let's see if you can see my settings. I usually roll off a little bit of low end, leave the high cut all the way open, kind of run the input gain at about halfway, boost about 2/3, and output all the way up. And I usually run this in clean mode, and I kind of leave that always on. Okay, and then I got the tuner coming out of the tuner out, output of the pre-drive into the volume pedal, output of volume pedal into the Pettyjohn Deluxe here. And kind of a look at my settings here. I'll talk about those in another video, but let's see if you can even see these guys. Not really. I'll do another video on how I use that. Into the DD5, into the Alter Ego. So basically I use the DD5 for the classic dotted eighth. It's just one of my favorites. I just think it has a good feel. I like the way the filter on the trails. It just feels right to me. I've also been playing it since I was 14. So it's kind of hard to replace that. I recently picked up the Alter Ego. Really dig it as a secondary delay. Love the three presets. I've got preset A running a dotted eighth kind of memory man, low mod. Got preset B running quarters on a very long modulated, long feedback. Lots of movement kind of for ambient work. And C is what I run most of the time. I've got it set up as, I believe, a BDM2 preset with quarter notes, kind of low, just kind of classic analog delay. And I use that most of the time when I tap the two together, so I get a dotted eighth from the DD5 and a quarter from the Alter Ego, and they kind of play off each other really nicely. So I have that C patch down a little bit so it mixes fine. Lets the DD5 be the main delay, but just add some more movement in the trails, I guess. Then the signal comes up here in Memory Boy, which is a cool pedal. I am in and out about it all the time, but kind of use it as a boost tone shaper because of the preamp, and then just have like a little slapback chorus modulation thing going. I don't know. It's on and off all the time. Kind of fun. Into the Cathedral, which I'm using usually the plate setting, transparent, just kind of basic reverb, almost always on, just for a little bit of verb that doesn't choke up my trails and my reverbs and such. So just a little space, not a ton. And then just picked up the Arena, which is the same thing as the Hall of Fame, running that tone print Church of St. Paul or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, love big long modulated tails, swells tails. And then out into my amp, using these beautiful Gestalt cables. I'm wanting to pick up some more for all my patch cables, but for now it's a hodgepodge. Everything powered up from my ISO 5, running the pre-drive on 18 volts, pay drive on 12, Alter Ego on the high milliamp off of the 9, and everything else running off of those other 9s. Works great for this setup. If I get any more pedals, I'll have to upgrade though. So anyway, that's a first look at my signal chain on my board, and I'm going to go into some settings on the Pettyjohn here, how I use gain staging with my Pettyjohn and pre-drive in another video. Awesome. Thank you.